But so here was, I need real quick. I got $5 Sonic right here that I want to give away tonight. But I need some guys who are willing, or girls who are willing to do something crazy.
Oh, right here.
And they gotta be willing to, some people will lose. Some people will win. I need, you right there? Yep. We get Jake right there. And I need one more girl. Just like you know. If you don't want to do it, just think I'll pick someone else. Alright, you'll find out. Alright. So, real quick, we're going to see how talented you guys are. It's very simple, right? I need you to start over here and see if you can jump over the chair. Doesn't have to do that? You can like jump over it, just like you come over and whatever you need to do. Alright. So you switch to someone? Alright, yeah, let's see if you can do it, Luis. Come on, you can do it, you can do it.
that's right out here.
How many of y'all consider those gentlemen right there very brave? Sadie Tom brave. Lorenzo Carlson brave. Louise is like, I'm brave. I don't think that's sort of hurts the humanity. Come on. Eyes on me, eyes on me. So, here's the big reason why we did that. Was this, because a lot of times, guys, we consider, we match bravery and courage. Hey guys, we match courage with stupidity. Hey guys, because let's be honest, this is stupid. Elijah, would you say that was kind of stupid right there a little bit? It's funny, but it's stupid. Now, there's a lot of us, we do that in our world. We consider courage, and we consider people courageous, even though they're just being stupid. People do all these crazy things. They do insane things. You see it on TikTok. You see it everywhere you go. People do crazy things, but reality is mostly it's not courageous. Most of it is just stupid. But that's okay. But today we're going to talk about courage. Everyone say the word courage. Courage. Hey, Gabrielle, is the phone? Oh, what's going on? Guys, you got it? All right, so everyone say the word courage. Courage. Thank you. You too, bro. Thank you. Now, today we're talking about courage, and here's the thing. I am not talking about you guys being stupid. Because, guys, I'm stupid too. I'll do dumb stuff. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about courage. And here's the difference. Some people mistake courage with the courage and willingness to do something. But the reality is, courage, especially when talked about in the Bible, is not the willingness to do crazy things, but courage is the willingness to do what is right. The courage to do something right, and it's hard, guys. It's difficult to do what's right. It's difficult to have that courage. We're going to get into what that means a little bit. We're going to look at this guy. His name's Paul. And Paul was this guy. He wrote a ton of letters. He was a pastor. He was preaching. He wrote these letters to different churches saying, hey, guys, here's what you're going to do. He wrote to a church in Philippi. And he wrote this, Matthew. Hey, he's asleep. Philippians 1:20. Oh, I didn't have the verses. All right. Philippians 1:20 through 21. No. That's why we have all that time beginning. I know you can hold it. Okay, so Paul is this. And here's Paul's situation, guys. Paul is in prison. Paul's in prison. Paul's been tortured. Paul's been through a lot of different stuff. And continually, this guy's insane. Paul's insane because no matter what happens, he good. He got bit by a snake and was like, that seems like Elijah. Now, but here's the thing. You messing with him too. Hey guys. So here's the thing. Paul's crazy and he writes this. So Paul does a lot of crazy things, but when Paul talks about courage, he says something different than just being crazy. He says, I eagerly expect and hope that I will in no way be ashamed, but will have sufficient courage. That tells me no one's looking at the screen. Okay, here we go. Let's try that again. I eagerly expect and hope that I will in no way be ashamed, but will have sufficient courage. So that now, as always, Christ will be exalted in my body, whether by life or by death. For to me, to live is Christ, and to die is gain. So again, Paul's crazy, but he says this. He wants you to be courageous, and not because of stupid things going on, not because he wants you to jump over 3 chairs, but Paul tells him to be courageous for Christ. To do what's right, to be like him, to love Christ. He calls us to that, and he even says a crazy thing like this. He essentially says this, it don't matter if I'm alive, it don't matter if I'm dead. If I'm living for Christ, that's awesome. If I'm dead, I'm with even better. It don't even matter. It doesn't matter if I'm alive or dead. God's got me and it's going to be good. This guy has a lot of courage and he's kind of crazy. But there's so much stuff. He says it like this, guys. I really want y'all to get this. That life is worth living when you got Christ. Life is worth living when you got Christ. Now here's the thing. How many of y'all like daredevils? Raise your hand if you're a daredevil. Essentially, you're willing to do dumb stuff. Daredevil is kind of like the crazy stuff you're talking about right there. Hands down. As a kid, and even now a little bit, I'm kind of a chicken. I did not do a lot of crazy things as a kid. I was not the kid that got on the roof and like, whoop. No, I didn't. One time, me and my family, me and my brother and my parents, we walked down the Grand Canyon. Big Canyon, we started like at 3 a.m., so we beat the heat, it was crazy. We walked down the Grand Canyon, we got to a place called Half Soup Pie Falls. Not Half Soup and Pie Falls, but Half Soup Pie. And there's this waterfall, it's beautiful, this river, it's great, awesome stuff. And we get there, and we're at like the river for like 45 minutes. And there is a rope swing. And you'll ever raise your hand if you ever done a rope swing into like a river or pond, something like that, a couple of y'all. So we got there, and I'm kind of chilling in the water. My brother and some other kids that are there, they're going off. They're getting the swing, like, whee! Swinging in, dropping in, continuously the entire time. And I kind of like, I'm scared. I don't want to do it. I'm scared. I don't want to do it. So there was a couple times I was like, you know what? I'll do it. And I got up there. I was like, no, I'm good. But then eventually, a little bit later, I'm like, okay, we got this. Here, grab the rope and say, no, I'm good. But then eventually, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm done. Don't be afraid. I'm doing it. So I grabbed the rope. I held on, grabbed it with both hands, held on tightly. And I walked to the edge. And I slid off and kind of went there and then dropped into the water. And afterwards, I was like, woo! That was the best thing ever. And I started from that point. I started going, and got really excited, and I jumped, and I started doing it regularly, not crazy like, and I kept going, and I got there, we were there again for like 45 minutes, and after 5 minutes of me doing the rope, my parents were like, hey, time to go. And I was like, but I just got this. I just got this, what are you talking about? I just got this. But mom and dad like, we gotta go. And so the reality is, how many of y'all are good at math? How many minutes did I not do it? 40. Out of 45, I didn't do it for 40 minutes. I sat there and watched. I missed out on it completely. And only for 5 minutes did I actually get to enjoy the fun thing. And now here's what Paul wants you to get. Your life is not meant to live through all the horrible different stuff going through your life, and then at the very end say, dear God, I want to live for you, and then die. It's not like those last 5 minutes. Paul doesn't want you to miss out. He wants your entire life to be lived for God. He wants you to experience Him in everything you do and everything you live. He wants you to have that peace, that joy, that amazing stuff that comes with knowing God. And He wants you to do it your whole life. He doesn't want you to miss out. But here's the reality. So many of us aren't courageous enough to do it. Now, guys, I hope you're ready. I'm about to step on some toes. Watch your feet. Very nice. I'm about to step on some toes. And you might get offended. Welcome to church. Here's the reality. So many of us are not courageous, which means we are cowards. Oh, I knew it. I know some of the guys would be like, oh, what? You call me a coward? Step up. Come on, let's throw hands. No. I'm going to say this. Guys, if you're not courageously doing what's right, you are a coward. Listen, so I'm going to call my guys right now. My guys, here's the thing. If your TikTok is full of half-dressed women, and you're looking at it every day, and you know you're looking at stuff that's wrong, Guys, listen, hey, don't want you to miss that. If you are looking and you are treating women with your eyes like objects, and you're not courageous enough to not to do what's right, guys, y'all too messing right now, too messing. If you are looking at stuff, if you're looking at stuff that's not okay, if I go to your For You page and all of it is just skimpy women, all this different stuff, it means this. You are a coward. Girls, if all you're doing is gossiping, if all you do is talk smack, if you talk crap about people, listen, if all you do is talk crap, or even maybe you're not the one talking crap, but you're in the room and you know they talk crap about her and you don't say anything, you are a coward. Listen, you are a coward if you're not willing to stand up for what's right. You're a coward if you keep lying to people and you're not willing to be honest. You're a coward if you take things if you take people, because I know people cheat, I know people hurt, I know people steal. You are a coward if you're doing that. Guys, still too much time. And I'm saying all this stuff not because I want you to come to church and be hurt, be offended. I'm telling you these things because every single one of the stuff I just said was me. I've been a coward that's looked at inappropriate stuff. I've been a coward that's gossiped. I've been a coward that's hurt people and lied. I've been a coward. Not on someone, but on tests and other stuff. Hey guys, I say these things not as that I've been the coward. But here's the reality, some of you are too. I'd even bet that most of this room are cowards. And again, I don't want y'all to leave that church you just came just so you could be insulted. Good. I don't want you to come like that. But hey, I want you to hear this. You're not meant to be a coward. You're not meant to live a life separate from what God has for you. It's hard to, guys, I want y'all to be courageously stepping out and speaking against people hurting each other. I want y'all to be courageous and speak up to your friends who are looking at stuff they shouldn't. I want you to be courageous to when you're alone to not be messing around and doing stuff you know you shouldn't. I want y'all to be courageously doing what's right. Because some of y'all have been missing all the different stuff God has for you. Some of y'all are missing it right now. Some of y'all have missed so much. I missed years of my life because I was a coward. I missed years of experience of the joy, the peace, of everything that God had for me because I was a coward. And now, same thing goes for you. You might be missing so much right now because you're a coward. I know you don't want me to say that to you. You might feel offended, but the reality is the reality. Are you courageously living and doing what's right, or are you? Here's the thing, it's not, guys, if you struggle, welcome to the club. But it's so important, guys, to be courageous in the face of this stuff. Courageously do what's right, to speak up, to stand out, to speak up against hurt, pain, all this different stuff. To do what is right, to be willing to do what's right. And there's this guy, and God's talking to this guy named Joshua. The Old Testament. And he talks to this guy, and Joshua is about to be this leader over God's people. He's about to step into a lot of shoes, and he's dealing with a lot of different stuff. But God, in the first 9 verses, that's almost like a sentence, basically. In the first 9 verses, he says, "Be strong and courageous, not once, not twice, but 3 times." Joshua 1:9 says this: "Have I not commanded you, be strong and courageous? Do not be afraid and do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." Guys, I want y'all to hear this so badly. But I want you to know that it's okay. I know you struggle. I know you hurt. I know sometimes you might be a coward. I understand. I've been there. But if you're willing to stop, if you're willing say, you know what, I'm done with this, I want to live courageous. If you want to stop being a coward and you want to live and do what's right, and live for God instead of yourself, it's possible. And God says this, whenever you're going through, whenever you're struggling, whenever you're going through all this stuff, don't be afraid, because I will be with you wherever you go. I will be with you. Guys, guys, I know some of y'all are going to go home and you're going to be tempted tonight. I know some of y'all are going to be struggling with people talking crap already. I know some of y'all already are still just so distracted by so much stuff going on that you're missing what God has for you. But if you're willing to do this, know that God will be with you wherever you go. God will give you strength. God will be with you to help you through the fight, to help you be strong, to help you be courageous, and to do what's right. He will never leave you. Be strong and courageous. Be strong and courageous. Be strong and courageous. I want you to get it. I don't want you to ever leave this place and not know that God calls you to something better. God calls you to be strong and courageous. Not be willing to do stupid stuff, but be willing to do what's right. So here's what we're going to do right now. Derek, would you grab lights for me? Here's what we're going to do, guys. We're going to open up. We have a worship song we're going to sing in a minute, but first we're going to do this. Some of y'all 6th graders, this might be new to you. But here's what these things right here, these are called altars. And here's what we do as Christians, a practice of ours is this. We go to these altars, not because it's magic, not because it's just something like that, but we go to these altars to pray and give God our issues. You can do it anywhere, but this is a great place for it too. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to start praying. And if you're tired of being a coward, if you're tired of doing the same stuff, if you're ready to be courageous and live for God, we want you to come up here and pray. And you might be like, Sam, I don't know what I'm supposed to pray. Essentially pray this. Dear God, I know I've been a coward. Dear God, I know I've sinned. I need the courage to do what's right. Forgive me when I've been messed up. Forgive me when I've done. Help me be more like you. That is the prayer I challenge you to pray. So if you're done being a coward, if you're done continuing the same lifestyle, and you know you need to change, and you know you need to grow to be courageous, I challenge you, when I start praying, come up here and pray for yourself. I can't fix all your issues. I'll pray for you guys, but you got to be willing to pray to God. So if you're done being a coward and ready to step up, when I start praying, you can come forward. Dear God, I thank you. I thank you for these amazing students. God, I know there's so much hurt. And I know there are students in this room that just struggle. I know there are some students that, yeah, it's okay, don't. God, I know that these students are something messed up and they need you. I know some of these students are hard. It's hard to be courageous. It's hard to stand up to wrong. It's hard to do what's right. But God, I pray that every student right now tonight that knows there needs to be change in their life comes to pray. Guys, the altar isn't a place to socialize. Hey guys. But if you know there needs to be change. Hey guys. talking, you need to look and ask. But for those who know there needs to be change in their life, we need you. If you're not